to describe to them, I had already sent my writings on 1 acre farm. They wanted me to talk to those people on 1 acre farm. அதான் அதை டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுறது அவங்களுக்கு. அதில் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட்ஸை சொன்னால் எங்கள் ஆக்களுக்கும் ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் வரும், இந்த ஜெஃப்னா ஃபார்ம் எப்படி நடந்ததுண்டு. ஏன்னா அதெல்லாம் அங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு ஈவன் ½ an acre இஸ் எ பிக் லேண்ட், அன்லைக் அதர் பிளேசஸ். அதனுடைய வல்லு கவனமாக செய்ய வேணும். ஸோ த ஃபார்மர் நியூ ஆல்மோஸ்ட் எவ்ரி இன்ச் ஆஃப் லேண்ட். அதுக்கு தக்க மாதிரி மேக் பட்ஜெட் யூஸ். அதுக்கு பிறகு ஒவ்வொரு வீட்டிலையும் 2 மாடு, ஒரு 4-5 கோட்ஸ், அதுகள் மற்றது என்ன போல்ட்ரி, அதுகள் எல்லாம் வச்சு, அண்ட் தோஸ் பீப்புள் நியூ தம் பை தியர் நேம்ஸ். அதுகளுக்கு பேரெல்லாம் கொடுத்து, they were so attached to the work. அதுகள் எல்லாம் அந்த இது ஆர்டிக்கிள் எழுதியிருக்கிறேன். அது அவங்களுக்கு பெரிய இதாக போச்சு. அதெல்லாத்தையும் டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணோட இவங்கள் என்னடா அந்த காலத்திலேயே எக்கோ ஃபார்மிங் எல்லாம் செய்திருக்கிறாங்க, நாங்கள் இப்போ தானே வரோம் என்று தேவர் த்ரில்ட். அதுகளை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண வேணும். நான் அதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டா இட் வில் பி அ குட் கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன் டு த பீப்புள் ஹூ ரீட். ஜெஃப்னாவில் என்ன மாதிரி ஃபார்மிங் இருந்தான்ட்டு. The Holland people, actually the organization which was helping Gandhian was from Holland, and they knew my work and what I wrote about 1 acre farm. So they paid all the money for me to go from Sri Lanka to Holland, stay there for 6 weeks, and then come back to Sri Lanka. It is with that money I went to Britain, met my friends there, and then went to America, attended the first Elam conference in America, and then came back to England. And from England, I went to attend the conference in Holland. There were people from all over the world, especially the tropics, from Philippines, from Malaysia, from India, from Africa, from South America, right up to Peru, and along the coast there are a lot of farms in South America. People had come from all those districts. There were about 30 people in the whole team. So I had to address them over a period of about 6 weeks. We used to do work in the farm. They had a huge farm there, about maybe 300-400 acres, because they had the land for themselves to do eco farm experiments. And they had a school. They had school building also to carry on teaching, as well as hall for discussions and all that. So we stayed there, and I spoke to them for about 6 weeks, off and on. They will ask questions and I will answer them. So the main idea I gave them was that land is very scarce in Jaffna, and the population in Jaffna is very high. It may go to around even 5 to 6 lakhs contained within a very small area, and this cultivable land itself is very small, especially the red soil, which is very good for cultivation. So the people who lived in this land from ancient times had adopted eco farming as the best, and they started setting up their farm and earning their living. So Harry had specially gone to Jaffna to study these small farms and collected all the details and written it as a small book, and I had given copies to people who came from Holland. So I had to give them further explanation on what I had given. The most important thing in Jaffna is it is very difficult to get large pieces of land. If you had half an acre, you are a big farmer. Most people had only quarter acre and small plots. But within that, they earned enough money to pay all the expenses for a small family and educate their children and give them very high and professional education. There are a lot of doctors, there are a lot of engineers, there are a lot of lawyers, and there are a lot of accountants, all from Jaffna. Even working in Colombo, most people are from Jaffna because they are very high education, especially these given by Christian schools all over Jaffna. So all these people who worked on the farm, early morning they will start about 4 o'clock in the morning, and to draw water from the wells they used what they call well sweep. That is, a scaffold is made near the well, and on two sides supports are given, and a well sweep, a long well carved out timber with a pole running inside is resting on that well sweep, and somebody, usually the owner, he runs on the sweep, his wife draws the it's usually baskets made out of palmyra fiber. She takes the water from the well, and as he goes back, this whole thing will lift, and when it comes to the top, she will turn it, and the water will run into the main channel, and then they will distribute it according to where they want. So sometimes even watering the whole half an acre may take 2 or 3 days, and they will wake from 4 o'clock in the morning till about 7, and then they will, the young people who are still continuing their studies will take their breakfast and go to school, and they are all qualified, highly qualified with the work they did. So that is one of the sides of Jaffna, industry and learning and their way of life. So even the use of land, a major portion was given to this banana planting, because banana from Jaffna is very tasty, and even mangoes from Jaffna, they are very tasty because of the soil and the water. And people in Colombo even Sinhalese, they will pay anything to get those things. So there was a big trade in these fruits and vegetables. They are of first quality. And as I said, because they had land, they knew every inch of land, and they will never waste a piece of land. It will be only for watering and for cultivation. And even cultivation, it can't be carried with monsoon rains for a long time. That is why they have to resort to these well sweeps and the water from the well. And even the springs inside the wells, they are not very large. So they will have to wait for water after a certain time and then water again. So a very painful and very hard job. But Jaffna man had got used to this hard life. And you will see it in their character. Wherever they go, they will be very economic, very strict, very polite. All these characteristics come from this background. So now I say, they do, especially they cultivate banana plants. It grows very well in that land. And sometimes these people have another farm, a large one, maybe about 1 acre, in the dry areas, which are for special vegetables. Usually they cultivate it for the market. They cultivate chilies, they cultivate onions, and they cultivate tobacco. These are very important crops cultivated in Jaffna. The tobacco is cured and sent to Malabar, that is the present Malabar in Kerala, because Kerala people smoke a lot of cigars, and they are very popular, and there is very big trade in cigars between Kerala and Jaffna. So the Jaffna man, he has a small farm and he lives in the farm. In addition to that, he has a larger farm for for making capital for his investments in a larger in the dry area, away from the house. This is the pattern of land use in Jaffna, and they get lot of money from tobacco. They get lot of money from chilies, red chilies, which are very popular for cooking all over Sri Lanka and India and all that. And they get lot of money from onions, which is also very good for cooking. And the onions grown in Jaffna, the small variety, not the large Bombay onions, are very tasty, especially for cooking Jaffna food. That is how all these things were tied one to the other, and there was a fantastic society in the island of Jaffna. A little bit beyond the island of Jaffna, there is a lot of land, but there you don't find it. But in the peninsula itself, which is very small, it may be about 15 feet in one length and maybe about 20 feet in the other way. That is all the land available for Jaffna farming. So they use this land very wisely, and in each land, in each house, they will have cows and maybe a bull. They will have goats, about 6 or 7, and they will have poultry, ducks, maybe about 20, 30. And even that is looked after very carefully. The mother will look after the cows, milking, giving food, and looking after the cows, because it is big and the small children can't go and deal with that. Sometimes the husband also will go and help her. Then the goats, elderly boys who are in the 9th standard, 10th standard, they will look after goats. Sometimes they may tie them round in their farm itself and give them food in the farm. Sometimes they will give it to people who look after these goats outside, and they will take it and bring it back and then give it to the owners at night. It was all well planned and well worked out. Then the elderly boys will do that. Then the younger boys and girls, they will look after poultry, ducks, and other small animals. And even there, even for their cows, they will have names. For their goats, they will have names. And even for poultry, they will have names. And they will call them by their name, which shows very close contact between the owner and the products. They are all very important items. It's only then you will begin to appreciate how this is a very old civilization. It may even have started at the beginning of time, because these Dravidian people are supposed to be the earliest human beings, leaving apart the people in Africa and who were half belonging to apes and things like that, and half belonging to human beings in between. But the real human beings, they call them Dravidians in India, came a very long time ago, long before, what is it, maybe at the beginning of New Stone Age, 10,000 years ago. So those people cultivated all these lands and established a very fine system, which, if it can be followed, it will make not only it will give good results financially, but it will also improve the character of the people. That is more important. How they started very economical life, very simple life, respecting everybody, not fighting with people. All these things came out of these lands. I had gone very deep into the subject. For about 4 years I did sort of research, going and speaking to people, collecting material and all. I had for Gandhiam, I had one farm in the mainland. There I worked for 2 years with about 12 boys, but they didn't actually get very interested in the farm, so they left. When they left, we had some lands in Trincomalee, agriculture school. There was a school as well as a farm. I took 12 students there and I gave them education there also. Even those boys, after they finished the 2 years, they went to their home. And I don't think they started farm and developed these farms. They just wanted some money to live for some time, and they found that I was giving the money. So they came and took this money. As a result, I lost a lot of money, but I was not sorry, because I had told them all these things which they would not have known that they had in their own land. And when the Holland people read my articles, they were thrilled that it's only now they are starting to think of eco farming without insecticides and these medicines and all that. But we had done it even around 10,000 years ago. They gave food, all these things, talks, music, all that. And then at the end of the night, they elected a Mr. Echo, because this was all connected with Lake Echo. So they wanted to elect a Mr. Echo and give him some prize or something, so that all the people will realize. And I was very glad that they all elected me as Mr. Echo. And it was a rich reward for all this tiring work I had done for nearly 4 years. So it is good, it is going on record.